Hi there folks, this is Tony for our Minute to Midnight with a short video update. Things are moving dramatically fast as we move into the end times and the beast system developing. Skynet, it almost would seem. Exponential growth in AI and robotics, and I want to show you some of that today and where I think it's going. Before that, please make sure you subscribe to us at aminutetomidnight.com, our website. And also, please remember we are run 100% by donations and greatly appreciate the people that do donate, and it's a fairly small number. If anyone else is able to help through donating at the moment, particularly, it was much appreciated. I have some expenses and things which it would be really great to be able to cover. So if anyone's able to help donating, that would be much appreciated at our website, aminutetomidnight.com. And all the music used I've written, played and recorded. So as I said, we are looking at exponential growth and change in the world of AI and robots. I mean, the advancements in robots has been absolutely stunning in recent times. And it's being fueled by money from billionaire technocrats, and some of those are actually having roles to play in government at the moment, in particularly the US, and I'm thinking on Elon Musk, and people think Elon Musk is wonderful and think he's your friend. Listen to what he had to say here in this short bit of an interview and think about how that fits in with the potential for all of us to be basically obsolete as humans. They'll try and tell you, oh, well, we will have this great life and there'll be immense prosperity and you won't have to work. You can just do this and this and this and, you know, and have this life of ease. That's not the way it's going to be. I mean, depopulation will be a big part of this agenda. The elites see most of us as useless eaters, and they could quite happily get rid of a lot of us. So this is Elon Musk talking to Ted Cruz just recently.
There will be ultimately billions of humanoid robots. All cars will be self-driving.
In 10 years?
In 10 years, probably 90% of miles driven will be autonomous.
Huh. Wow. That fast?
Yeah. In 5 years, probably 50% of all miles driven will be autonomous.
Now, if AI will be smarter than any person, how many jobs go away because of that? And what do people do if you've got millions of people that are losing their jobs? Like that, a lot of people are understandably freaked out about that.
Well, goods and services will become as close to free. So it's not as though people will be wanting in terms of goods and services.
So why is that? Why are goods and services free in an AI world, or close to free?
Well, you have, I don't know, call it tens of billions of robots. That they will make you anything or provide any service you want for basically next to nothing. It's not that people will have a lower standard of living; they'll have actually a much higher standard of living. The challenge will be fulfillment. How do you derive fulfillment and meaning in life?
Is Skynet real? Like you get the apocalyptic visions of AI. How real is the prospect of killer robots annihilating humanity?
20% likely, maybe 10%.
On what time frame?
5 to 10 years.
So soon, like you see a world where that's possible.
Yeah, but I mean, you could look at it like the glass is 80 to 90% full, meaning like 80% likely will have extreme prosperity for all.
Now, I guess my view, we're in a race to win AI. We're in a race with China. And my view is if they're going to be killer robots, I'd rather they be American killer robots than Chinese. How likely are we winning right now? Is America winning right now? And how likely is America to win the race for AI vis-a-vis China or anyone else?
For the next few years, I think America is likely to win. then it will be a function of who controls the AI chip fabrication. The factories that make the AI chips, who controls them? If more of them are controlled by China, then China will win.
More of the factories that are making the AI chips. You think that will determine it?
Yes.
And how are we doing versus China on that front?
Well, right now, almost all the advanced AI chip factories, they call them fabs, are in Taiwan.
And what if China invades
69
Taiwan?
miles away from.
Yeah. What happens if China? If China invades Taiwan, what happens to the world?
Well, if they were to invade in the near term, the world would be cut off from advanced AI chips.
And
currently, 100% of advanced AI chips are made in Taiwan.
So there, besides rare earth minerals and so on in the Ukraine, we now have another reason for war between the US and the West and China, for example, as what Elon Musk has just laid out. So you can see, I know it's not really the subject of this video, but the elites of the world are pushing for war at the moment between Russia and Ukraine and so on. But yeah, you've got the potential with war with China as well. So now I just want to play a short clip of Bill Gates basically saying similar things about where things are going. Now tell me, does this sound like a golden age as Elon Musk and Donald Trump are pushing and saying? Or does it sound more like a gilded cage as Eric Stogner, my regular guest, has said?
The era those will be basically solved problems.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Basically people being amused to death, like in Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, where people will embrace and love their slavery. Well, those of us that'll be left if they have their way. But you get that? No need for doctors, because robots and AI will do all your medical advice, apart from people like Bill Gates, of course, will be there to design the vaccines or whatever. But folks, this is not freedom. This is slavery. This is like the Bible says, where Jesus said, unless those days were shortened, no flesh would survive, or no flesh would be saved. And I will show you more reasons for concern, just how far these robots and how fast they're advancing, and the potential that these could be weaponized, and I'm sure will be weaponized in the future. This one here is the latest incarnation of Boston Dynamics Atlas robot. Now imagine a swarm of these on the battlefield, even though Boston Dynamics claims that these robots won't be militarized. Of course, all of this technology being developed will be militarized. This robot here is from the Chinese company Unitree, and it's the G1. Look at what this robot is really already capable of. It's amazing. And imagine these on the battlefield, all being used as police officers. And once you have robots like these created in large numbers, remember they won't have any sort of conscience or empathy. But let's face it, what seems on the cutting edge now of robots and AI will soon be superseded at the rate things are going, and even more advanced models will be appearing pretty rapidly. And then you have Tesla's Optimus robot, which is going into pilot production this year. Tesla claims it's the most sophisticated humanoid robot on Earth. According to Musk and Tesla, the Optimus robot has a real brain, not on the cloud and not pre-programmed. Tesla is the only company that can make intelligent humanoid robots at scale. Optimus will be the biggest product of all time. By far, nothing will be even close. I think it will be 10 times bigger than the next biggest product ever made, says Elon Musk. Now, while these billionaire technocrats are salivating over these robots and AI advancements, folks, this is not good for the direction of humanity. We don't actually need these robots. They won't make life better. But now we're beyond the point of no return. This is where it's going, unfortunately. We've all, I'm sure, grown up with sci-fi movies of robots taking over the world and Skynet and extermination of humanity. Well, this is looking much more like reality down the track than sci-fi. Now, Elon Musk has said that Tesla intends to create between 5 and 10,000 Optimus robots this year, 2025, but in 2026, up to 50,000 of these Optimus robots will be built, according to Elon Musk.
You can imagine like your own personal robot buddy that is a great friend, but also takes care of your house. We'll clean your house, we'll mow the lawn, we'll walk the dog, we'll teach your kids, we'll babysit, and we'll also enable the production of goods and services.
Basically, Elon Musk sees the Optimus robot as replacing humans in all menial jobs. You'll be able to have endless leisure time and playtime and not have to work and not do things around the house because Optimus will do it all for you. At least that's the concept that's being sold to the public.
Because I think everyone, of the 8 billion people of Earth, I think everyone's going to want their Optimus buddy. And there's going to be maybe 2.
I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. I don't believe that no matter how much money Optimus makes Tesla, the goal is not to have 8 billion people on Earth, each with a robot. Those who consider themselves mistakenly as the elites of the Earth have already told us plenty of times they believe in the world is overpopulated, and so depopulation will be a part of this. We're useless eaters, we don't all need robots. The majority of us don't need to be here at all. That's how they truly view it. Elon Musk and Tesla have made pretty good on their promises to create and produce things in the past, so there's not really any reason to believe that they won't deliver on the driverless cars and the Optimus robot over the next couple of years. And of course, Elon Musk also has his hands deep involved in many other things, including Neuralink and SpaceLink and social media and you name it. So there is a lot of power in Elon Musk's hands at this point in time. But it's not just with Tesla. Humanoid robots have begun replacing what would have been human labour, being used by other large conglomerates around the world as it is already. And this trend is only going to increase. Here, for example, we see the company Mercedes-Benz, which has now introduced Apollo humanoid robots to its manufacturing facilities in the making of their cars. These are not just a fixed industrial robot that does one task. These Apollo robots can move freely around the facilities and perform numerous different tasks. Now back to the Tesla Optimus robot for a minute. Up until now, say compared to the Boston Dynamics robot, the Tesla Optimus bot has looked really slow and cumbersome and awkward. But just yesterday, Musk and Tesla unveiled the latest incarnation of Optimus robot with a much improved, smoother, faster walk. And it is still not to where they want it by the time they release the robot, but it's getting there, and it's definitely a big improvement on what it was before. And by the way, just like the Borg in Star Trek, the Optimus robot will return itself to its own charging station, I think every 10 hours. Now, for charging robots, for running AI, for running massive data centers and surveillance and all of that, that is going to take an enormous amount of electricity. Where is that power going to come from? Well, one of the options that's being really looked at big time at the moment is nuclear power. And even Google has a deal with a startup company called Kairos Power to build 7 small reactors to supply electricity to its data centers. So they've joined Microsoft and Amazon turning to nuclear power as well. So this could be the thing of the future, is more nuclear power being brought online, which nuclear reactors have their own potential dangers as well. And then there's Neuralink, one of Elon Musk's other companies, which of course with their brain chip implants is being sold as helping the blind and the paralysed and those types of people at this point in time. But the end goal is far, far wider than that. It's part of the overarching transhumanist goals to merge humans with machines and get people ultimately hooked up to the cloud. And I see brain chip implants as a huge part of the beast system and the Antichrist 666 system in the future. Of course, we're not there with it yet, but that, I believe, is where it's heading. This is Elon Musk's mother, May Musk.
I think he's the genius of the world, and people are loving him for that, and I'm very proud of him. And this Neuralink, people saying, I don't want something in my head. I said, well, you aren't paralyzed, so, or you aren't blind.
Good point.
If you're blind and you don't want to see, then you can argue the point. You don't have to have a chip in your head.
A cluster of living human brain cells on top of a silicon chip can play Pong. Yep, researchers in a lab taught a tiny clump of neurons to, in a sense, play this video game. But it's more than just a game. Some believe merging biology with computing could upend our approach to artificial intelligence. AI is a massive, often volatile, global market, with people looking all over for a competitive edge. In 2025, private sector companies teamed up to invest more than $500 billion in AI infrastructure alone. But what if the building blocks of that infrastructure include living human brain cells, with the promises and challenges of our own biology? Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, we're kind of on our way.
And folks, let's not forget Bill Gates' patent from 2020, the 060606 patent, cryptocurrency system using body activity data. This is where it's going. This is where it's all going with AI and the beast system with robots and all of it. It's heading in this direction, combining. And then you bring in other companies such as Palantir, which was founded by Peter Thiel, who's another one of Donald Trump's big backers, by the way. AI-powered automation for every decision. Palantir software powers real-time AI-driven decisions in critical government and commercial enterprises in the West, from the factory floors to the front lines. And for example, Palantir's Gotham platform. Gotham targets individual support soldiers with an AI-powered kill chain, seamlessly and responsibly integrating target identification and target effector pairing. Palantir's Gotham platform has been used on the ground in the war in the Ukraine, on the front lines there. Now, you imagine you combine this artificial intelligence and these platforms, such as what is developed by Palantir, and put these in combination with robots, which could be in the future enhanced killers. And you can see where this could go. Enhanced killers as policemen, as robots, soldiers, or enhanced transhuman soldiers, humans that have been augmented, for example. Basically, when you start having armies of these things, it is easy to see from here how your average human created by God, not one that's a human 2.0 augmented human that these transhumanists want, become just useless eaters that they don't need and can be made obsolete or exterminated, whatever you want to say. It's from this that I can see that Jesus' words that if the days weren't shortened, no flesh would be saved. I can see how that could become a very real possibility in the future. And also with transhumanism, how augmented humans could be those very ones that seek death and can't find it, and that the mark of the beast becomes DNA changing and so on, that there is no salvation for people that have taken it. I don't think the days are too far away when this becomes reality. It's already staring us in the face.
Let's talk about Google's Willow chip, a quantum computer so powerful it's making scientists question reality itself. Willow didn't just break records, it shattered them. It solved a problem in under 5 minutes that would take the fastest supercomputers on Earth 10 septillion years to finish. And here's the twist. Some scientists think this quantum magic might involve parallel universes, where calculations happen across multiple realities at the same time.
When you say take over, I think you've gone further than that. I think you've said there's a 10 to 20% chance that we will be rendered extinct.
Yeah, if it takes over, that's what'll happen.
Do you want to give us a time frame on that?
No, because like I say, there's no good way to estimate it. But if we don't do something about it now, it might not be that long. Right now, we're at a point in history where there's still a chance we could figure out how to develop superintelligent AI and make it safe. We don't know how to do that. We don't even know if it's possible.
Folks, I hope you can begin to see the big picture here and the economic collapse that's occurring, the trade wars, the paring down government departments and making them more efficient. All of this is combining to take us into a new system, the New World Order, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, whatever you want to call it. This is where the beast system is heading, I believe, and I can't put a time frame on it, but it's happening pretty rapidly. So please share this video and like this video. Make sure that you pray and ask for God's help and protection in these times, because you're going to need it. That's about all I wanted to share. God bless. God willing, we'll be back with another video and episode of A Minute's Midnight in a few days' time.